If I said it once, I said it a million times. Immoral sex destroys empires. I know you guys are probably thinking, what the heck are you talking about, Arshel? And so we're going to go ahead and dive into that. But before we do that, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so that way you guys never miss an episode. And I definitely want you guys to get into the comments because I think this is going to be an interesting conversation. Now, what did I mean when I say immoral sex destroys empires? Well, from Greek tragedies to Shakespeare plays, to real life, you guys. Every time someone engages in sexual activity that is before marriage, it always leads to destruction. And not just before marriage, but generally when there is a barrier that says why two people should not be together, all hell breaks loose. If you're a Star Trek fan, ask yourself, why is it that Janeway could not sleep with Chakotay? Because if she had, they may not have ever made it home, okay? Romeo and Juliet, they die. Okay? Cleopatra, she dies. She kills herself, for goodness sakes. She kills herself. And all of Egypt was never the same after the fact. From real life to fictional stories, from Cleopatra to Janeway of Star Trek Voyager, okay? And then another real life story, people, come on, my goodness. The grab the women by the P word video with President Donald J. Trump. I mean, come on. He wasn't kidding. When you are a man with wealth, they will throw themselves at you. And if you give these women the opportunity to take advantage of you, by George, they will. And this is not a shocker. If you didn't know before, you know now. If you didn't know before the manosphere, you should certainly know it now. Okay, the big conversation of, well, men give access to marriage and women give access to sex. So if women would just get some control over themselves and all hell that they're going through wouldn't be going through. Yeah, you're right. I'm not saying that you're wrong. What I am saying is, they're easy. Okay, they are. And here's the thing, they're not easy because they just enjoy the act of it. They are easy because they want something from you. They want to manipulate you. They are being vindictive about it. Okay, and why am I bringing all this up, you guys? Because there was a story that I just heard recently. Okay, the first time I heard it, I was at work. Now, I didn't know who these people are. I can guarantee you, if you're one of my subscribers, you probably didn't know who they are. As conservatives, we have a standard of the type of content we actually want to watch. Okay. I am assuming that the majority of you guys have probably seen, give me a good movie. You probably saw Orson. You know who Orson Welles is, right? You know who Gene Roddenberry is. You know who Ray Bradbury is. You probably even understood my Star Trek reference. Once in a while, the algorithm can get me to watch one of these funny cat videos, but I don't sit here and watch content that I don't find, engaging, entertaining, like real entertaining, the way old Hollywood was, and even modern soaps in some degree. Like, I don't watch it. But my colleagues brought this up, and I just let it slide, didn't think about it. I don't know these people. Then my sister does a live stream, and the gentleman that was doing this live stream, he brought up the case. Okay, now this is something that's worth talking about because, okay, this is apparently a big deal. What happened with this young man? So I'm going to give you guys a long story short of what happened. Tyleel James, this is the name of the content creator. He's primarily, I think, is on Twitch. He does live streams there. Tyleel James, a content creator, I don't know how old he is in a bit of a bind at the moment with this female named Jordan. I don't know her last name. Apparently, she is an R&B singer or trying to be a well-known R&B singer. She really isn't all that well-known, and I doubt the music is good. I don't know. I've never tried listening to it. I don't care to listen to it. What I will say is, one infamous night after the Streamer Awards, it took place on December either 6th or 7th. I want to say it was December 6th. They go to an after party. After the party, he's getting ready to leave his this party, to go back to his hotel. She asks him to go with him in his Uber to the hotel. And, you guys know, from A to B comes C. Pun intended. You know what I mean. And that's when all hell broke loose, because now she has the perfect opportunity to take advantage of him, which she does. She accuses this man of a sexual assault. That's what she did. She accuses him of sexual assault. He's been silent for a few weeks, and people took his silence as a confession. So they assumed he was guilty. And she's just letting these rumors go out there. She's having these conversations. She's telling people that she was assaulted and that she didn't want to, and that this should never have happened. And he has a girlfriend. He should have known better. Finally, he gets the okay from his legal team. And he does an almost 2-hour live stream, dropping all the receipts for why this wasn't assault. This was consent by 2 adults, okay? And here are all the receipts. The first one, he plays a video. He's got the camera aimed at himself, and you can hear her crying. At first, I thought, yeah, nah, that doesn't really help your claim. Only helps hers. Until I hear the broad say, did we just have a one-night stand? To say did we implies this was kind of not an assault. Name one victim of rape who asks the rapist if we just had a one night stand. No victim acts like that. That video alone says the broad was lying. Then he orders her an Uber to go home. She goes downstairs to meet the Uber. The Uber gets there and it was a Toyota. She wasn't happy with the Toyota. She goes back up the stairs, bangs on his hotel door. He opens the door and she says, "Do I look like the kind of B word who rides around in a Toyota? Order me an effing black car." He don't want the conflict, so he orders the car. He orders the car, the black car. He gets her the black car. She gets in the car. She goes home at 8:07. By the time she gets home, it's 8:40. At 9:10 in the morning, 9:10 in the morning, December 7th, the morning of the so-called assault, took her that long to get home. Okay. Please. She texts one of his friends. "Oh, I left my phone at his hotel." How are you texting him? If you're using somebody else's phone, can't they order you a car to go back to his hotel to get your phone back? And if this really was an assault, why the hell are you thinking about the damn cell phone? Who cares about the damn cell phone? Broad, you better get another one. Wait for the police to collect it. Something that isn't you going back to the very environment in which you said you were violated in by this man. He laid out all the receipts, convincing me, yeah, now the broad is lying. And why is this relevant? Because in the weeks that his legal team was telling him not to say anything, she had all the opportunity in the world to ruin his reputation. And guess what, you guys? It gets worse. She sends him a payment request through Chase for $2,000. And in the subject line of this payment request, she says, "Because you keep playing with me." Now, we're all old enough to know what "you playing with me" means. We all know what this means. You about to get the business if you don't stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I'm telling you, keep playing with me. That means I'm about to assert some aggression. That's what that means. We all know what it means, okay? It's a colloquialism phrase, for goodness sakes. We all know what that means. She's prepared to take action against him because she didn't like how he treated her. That's it. And when he refused to pay her the $2,000, now rape allegations. Men, immoral sex destroys empires. Now, when I saw the picture of this broad, I thought to myself, yeah, she looks like the type who lies. Now, no women are going to be like, "Oh, no, you can't say that. I can say whatever the hell I want, and I will say whatever I damn well please." That's number one. But I get what that comment is. I get it. I understand. We shouldn't just assume that women are lying, even if they look like they could be. Okay, so I'm going to hear her out. I heard her out. Too many inconsistencies. Nothing's making sense. She has no proof. And frankly, I believe the woman lacks enough intelligence to really verbalize a sentence with proper English. So it is quite possible. I just didn't understand what the heck she was saying because she was speaking a lot of Ebonics. So there you go. I don't have the perfect speech, okay? Once in a while, you hear my verbal buffers. Us, you knows. But I just feel like she was lying all up and through her whole dang live stream, okay? She lied on this man, and it cost him his reputation. How much money are those legal teams? The cheapest thing on this entire bill for this broad's allegations are the 2 Ubers you spent to send her home. That's the cheapest. Now, this isn't me trying to victim shame. This is me saying he had a responsibility to not put himself in that position. Don't go down the dark alley. Now, I'm not saying if you go down the dark alley that you deserve to be attacked and to be made a victim. What I am saying is that you know better than to go down that dark alley. Men, you know there are women out here who will manipulate you, who will be this vindictive enough to come at your reputation, to try to ruin you financially. His entire livelihood is up in the air. So much uncertainty is now surrounding him like an ominous cloud because this broad had the effrontery to blackmail him, to extort him. And our justice system supports women more than it supports the man. You risked your financial position. I mean, at bare minimum, your financial position, you shouldn't allow to be risked. If not for your immortal soul, if not for that, at least for your pocket. You know, I have conversations with people and I say, when I look at the Lord's word, I say to myself, at bare minimum, this is a father just telling us why it's in our best interest not to do these things. No, you shouldn't lie because when you lie, the consequences are worse. No, you shouldn't engage in promiscuity because if you do, you only increase your chances of you getting hurt. Like, it's not even just about securing your position in the kingdom of heaven if you're not looking at it that way. Like, this just feels like a father telling us why we should or shouldn't do something. The Lord says, do not do this. I think, men, this situation should scare you celibate. Okay? You know there are women out here who are willing to hurt you like this. You know there are women out here who are willing to take advantage of you. They are willing to leverage their sexuality, something so personal, something that used to be incredibly valuable, something that creates life, for goodness sakes. They are leveraging that to get what they want. And if they don't get what they want, they will lie and accuse you of crimes that could destroy you, your reputation, your whole life. Interestingly enough, this case is not in court, you guys, and she's not a dumb woman, dumb criminal, yes, but she's not so dumb that she didn't know. She doesn't have to take this to court to get money. She could lie to the public saying that he did this. Women would back her, support her. Even some simps out here would back her, support her, automatically assume he's guilty because he was silent for all those weeks, and they'd want to support her. They start listening to her music. The next song she drops, keep playing with me. That'll be the next song she drops. In my opinion, that's what she should call it. Like, that's what she should call it. She was gonna, like, that's, hey, just saying, she should call it that. And she's going to make money elsewhere. She's going to make the money somehow. And how much money did you spend? You probably spent 10 times more than the $2,000 she was extorting you for. I try to string together these things a little bit better, more, prepared. But I saw this story. I watched that man's live stream. And I just had to just come up here because, the next time I hear a man say, well, men are mammals, men have this sexual appetite. There are so many women, and why be monogamous? Okay, so the next time you come across the wrong woman, this will be your situation. And don't bitch, excuse my language, the next time they try to take your money from you. If you think it's that worth it, okay, don't complain to the rest of us that she shouldn't be able to do it. This is the world that you live in, okay? The laws favor the female. Until that changes, maybe you should stop engaging with these hoes. I'm just saying, stop engaging with them. Stop spending your money on the broad. Don't risk your empire. You didn't work as hard as you worked, Tyleel James, so this broad could come and ruin it for you. You guys, this man broke down. And as a woman watching, like, my heart went out to this young man. Like, I just felt so bad for him. Like, I feel so bad. This is unfair. This should not be happening to him. This is not okay. I'm both sympathizing for him. I'm sad for him. At the same time, I'm frustrated with him because you should have known better. You should know better. I know you know better. I know you men know better. You know better than to just sleep with random women, than to just sleep with any woman who is so ready to throw herself at you. At bare minimum, do not risk your financial position, because how much money is Tyleel James spending for the cease and desist orders, for the lawsuit for defamation case to protect his name? You're spending way more than the $2,000 that she tried to extort from you. And for what? Because you wanted to get laid. It was that important. Is sex so important that you're willing to risk your financial position? It cannot be that important. Priorities, people. Priorities, okay? And if it hasn't happened to you yet, men, you keep acting like this, you're only increasing the probability of it, okay? That's what this is. It's a probability rule. You got a bag full of marbles. 20 of them are blue. 8 of them are red. You keep putting your hand in the bag. Majority of the time, you're going to pull out the blue marbles, right? The ones that throw themselves at you, but they're not really threatening. But if you keep putting your hand in the bag, you are increasing the chances that you pull out the red marble bag, the one that tries to blackmail you, extort you, harm you financially. His whole career up in the air to be decided by whom? Not the justice system, but the court of public opinion. And if the majority of the public opinion believe that he's guilty, well, then that's his career. And can you get a job if you're so internet famous? Will anybody hire you knowing that the public believes you to be a sexual predator? Because if you got women working at the office, I don't know if I want to hire somebody who was accused of sexual assault that was never exonerated, that was never found not guilty. We don't know what happened, but the courts are not involved. Public opinion is, and if public opinion finds that you are guilty, what's stopping you from losing everything? It better have been worth it. And for men who say sex is too important to you to, exercise some libido discipline here, Don't complain the next time a woman says you're guilty of something you're not, because it was 100% avoidable. 100% avoidable. You guys, this isn't about me being condescending to men or hating on men. I'm about all hail the patriarchy, for goodness sakes. Like, I think men are the best thing since sliced bread. Okay? You're as awesome as coffee. As awesome as coffee. That's a big deal because I like coffee. I have a lot of respect for you men. I have a lot of respect for the work that you do. You build civilization. Because of you, I can do what I'm doing right now. Okay? Because of you. I'm grateful to the patriarchy. I don't hate the patriarchy. I'm all about defending it, protecting it, and trying to tell you. I know you know this. You watched enough of the manosphere, whether you support it or not. You've seen enough of these women to know that they will take advantage of you, that they will manipulate you. This woman, Jordan, she's got the Jezebel spirit on her. Okay? And she was more than willing to take advantage of you because she didn't want a one night stand. She wanted a relationship. And you're not willing to leave your girlfriend to be in a relationship with her. That's just what it was. She was mad, so she extorted you. When you didn't pay her, she ruined your reputation. And now you're spending thousands of dollars to reclaim your good name. All of this could have been avoided had you just told the woman, no, you cannot get into my Uber. That's how this whole thing started, you guys. That's how it started. And where it should have ended was B, no, you can't ride with me to my hotel. This story should scare people into celibacy, especially men, okay? And it's not like Tyler James is the only one that's happened to. Jason Derulo, this man never want to be in a room alone with any woman, whether she looks like she could be the liar or not. Because if I was in a room with Jason Derulo, I'm not going to accuse him of a crime he didn't commit. But how was he supposed to know? He don't know me from Eve. His whole behavior is changing towards women because of what did happen, because someone targeted him, because someone made a victim out of him. So he changed his ways. Now, men, you don't got to go through that. Like, you don't even got to go through none of that. You don't have to go through being targeted, being made a victim by these women because you had no control over your libido or your reputation of your libido. And then find yourself in the situation to change your behavior, okay? A smart person learns from their mistakes. A wise person learns from other people's mistakes. What is the moral of the story with Ty Lil James? Don't sleep with women that are not your wives. Be celibate. No sex is the safest sex. You cannot be accused of having this kind of a relationship if you weren't even anywhere near her. That's how that should have gone. And he bears responsibility in this because now you're spending way more than you should have. Do not risk your financial positions because you think it's so important to sleep with as many women as you possibly can. Okay? That's just dangerous. It's dangerous now. It is dangerous for you men to do this. It's dangerous. It's easy for the manosphere to call, women hoes, but y'all are being made victims. Yes, you control access to marriage, but we know as a society, women are nowhere near as disciplined at controlling access to sex. The way you are very picky and choosy about who you choose to become your bride. You guys are very picky and choosy, and that is an amazing thing. Let that translate into who you have sex with because it's costing you your money. You want to spend your money on women who are not your girlfriends, not your wives, on the hope that you get a phone number, let alone get laid. What? That's stupid. It's dumb. Don't spend your money on the broad. Sometimes the best thing that a person could hear is no. That broad needed to hear a no. That's it. Don't be giving your stuff away. Don't be giving your money away. Don't be risking your position because you thought it was the best thing for you, because you thought you can just smash and dash and everything was going to be fine. It's not that time anymore. Women are calculated, vindictive. This is how we act out in our aggression, okay? She wasn't going to put her hands on you, but she can lie about you and have you, arrested for a crime you didn't commit in some cases. In other cases, she can just ruin your opportunities and destroy your ability to earn a living, which pays for all of the resources you need to survive in a capitalist republic. Try living in a capitalist republic without any means of earning money. And you put all that at risk for some broad that is not your girlfriend, not your wife, that you have no intention on marrying or even making the girlfriend. Was it really worth it? Was it worth it? Now, for the TikToker who said it was worth stealing this this man from his wife and children, yeah, no. If you said it's worth it, if you think it's worth it, do not come up here on these platforms and complain that you have to suffer the consequences because it was worth it. If you men want to say, well, no, it's because you're mammals and you need sex and you got to thrive on it. It doesn't care who or, who you have it with. It was so worth it to put yourself at risk. Don't come on these platforms and complain that there was one woman who was the red marble that day, that it was this one woman whom you should not played with. Because what did the subject line say when she sent him, stupid criminal, stupid criminal, the payment request from Chase? What did the subject line say? Because you keep playing with me. I mean, it really says it all. Stop playing with them. It is as simple as that. I don't think you should risk your financial positions because you decided that this woman was so important, that sex with this woman was so important. Because it's not like the woman was valuable to you. No, the sex was. And now you spending possibly 10 times more than you would have spent had you just not let her in the car with you. It all started with her getting into your Uber. And had you just said, no, bitch, excuse my language, you wouldn't even be in the situation that you're in. And I'm like, my heart goes out to him. I'm sympathetic towards your situation, but you do bear some responsibility. You shouldn't have walked down the dark alley. And I know you know better than to walk down the dark alley. You just are choosing not to. Get in the comments, you guys. Let me know what you think. Do you agree? Disagree? Let me know. I definitely want to know because it's, again, quite fascinating. And I do feel bad. My heart goes out to him. And I'm praying for him because this broad, just wrong, just dead right wrong. She's got the Jezebel spirit on her and it needs to be dealt with. And frankly, I think she should be arrested for extortion. Just because she didn't get away with it doesn't mean she didn't attempt. And the attempt in and of itself is a crime. And he should do that. So share this video because who knows? Maybe he'll see this and get the idea to have criminal charges brought against her. He should. I definitely want to hear what you guys got to say about this. What's your views on this? I know you didn't know who this person was. I didn't know who this person was, but I felt like it was something that needed to be discussed. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Of course, hit the notification bell so that way you guys never miss any of the episodes that are going to be released. And, I love you. God bless. And of course, because it's me, Kepla.